Well, good morning. It is Saturday and it's been a long time since we've seen you. I'm Lynette, this is Cameron, and we are here for Wisdoms.
25th of October.
I know.
Recovering from Mum's birthday yesterday, so we had a beautiful day
Cameron,
with her.
that was so special.
So, why has it been so long since we've been here doing this?
Well, do you want to tell people?
I think
we've been flat out.
We're busy people. It's hard to get you and I together. I'm selling a lot of houses. You're running a big business of real estate.
Yeah.
So,
So it's been, look, Cameron, do you know what I mean? It's been, we've had our head down, our tail up, just looking after our businesses, looking after each other and the people that are with us. And we've also, both of us, put a lot of time into our families for various reasons, you know, which is...
my father passed away a few months ago, so it was... hard to handle and big for us.
That was very big.
He had prostate cancer, which he's been dealing with for a few years now. So we were grateful that it went before he got too bad.
And you were with him, and I think for both of us, you know, I lost my mum. It's nearly coming up a year, and with you, recent loss of your father, it really has sort of consolidated what we both know, which is, you know, the thing that matters most in these lives of ours are the people that we love. You know, and as much as we love our business and our industry, which we've been putting a lot into, we had to actually just take a bit of a breather and spend time, you know, reconnecting or just keeping up those connections.
My father was lucky enough because he had a heart attack about 4 or 5 months ago, and they couldn't do much to help him, so he just had to sort of get through the best he could the last 4 or 5 months, and it gave us a beautiful opportunity to spend as much time with him as we could. And he was fortunate enough, well I say fortunate enough, but unusually enough, he could plan his own funeral. So he actually did a pre-recorded video at his funeral, which had many wonderful messages in it.
He did.
I still remember some of them, and one of the ones that appealed to me was work smart, not hard. And
I haven't nailed that one yet, Cam.
I'm still working on it. And his other big message was all about relationships are really all you have. Because when you're on your deathbed and there's nothing left to really to do or to go or to be around, it's only relationships.
It is. I mean, that's so true. Everything that all your acquisitions don't mean anything. You know, it's really about the people that are there with you. So that's so true. So what has happened in this intervening time is we've still been getting questions. So if you're ready, Cameron, there's some questions here waiting to be answered. Should we go for it?
Well, should we talk about the market first?
Yes, of course.
I always do a market snapshot.
Always.
But how about Lynette gives you her market snapshot? Let's put her on the spot.
Hey, you are putting me on the spot. No, I wasn't.
And I might tune in later with my impression, but let's put Lynette's impression on it.
Hey, look, I'm very heartened by our market. I really, really am. I think it's extremely busy. You'd expect that as spring comes along, there'd be a lot happening, and indeed there is. Movement into, all parts of the market, but we're seeing that upper end start to move very strongly. And Cameron, you are the recipient of a lot of that work. You know, a lot of people are calling you, and then we're getting those first homers still extremely strong. So we saw a decrease in the interest rates that's coming through. There's a sense in Christchurch of optimism, and the thing that you and I have talked about is that every suburb is on the march. You know, particularly suburbs that once upon a time people would think, oh no, I'm not sure, but you know, Sydenham, Linwood, New Brighton is like firing ahead, which is so exciting. Phillipstown, all those places where there's some great infill, you know, the properties that have gone up are looking good. They're actually looking really good. There's great green spaces that have happened post our earthquake redevelopment. So my thoughts are strong market here in Christchurch.
I think
did I pass muster?
I think that's pretty good.
Thank you.
I think that the important thing to emphasise at the moment is we're not seeing prices increase.
True.
If anything, I still think they've come down in the last 6 months or so. Where we are seeing some changes in the market is the volumes have picked up.
The volumes definitely.
One of the figures I've got in my mind is the Papanui office. In January last year we did 76 sales. That was a July figure for last year, 76 sales. This July we did 106.
Yeah.
So quite a few more sales. All of those houses
more
would have been at
properties,
the same price. The positive and negative of that is there's more houses to choose from. So it keeps all the sellers honest.
Yep.
Because if you're realistic at the moment, you'll get sold.
Yep.
If you're not realistic, the market just moves past you. So I've been saying all year, I call it a market of honesty.
You do. You do.
But for people that work really hard, they present their home really well, they use the right agents to sell their home, present it, promote it. There's actually premiums still out there. We had one, I just talked about in another video in Westmoreland, they got a lot more than what they thought. There was 8 people there on the day to bid and buy it. And the competition just drove the price up. So there are some great results out there for people that put themselves in those positions. But it's also, I actually also think it's a market where there's a lot of mistakes made.
Talk to us about that.
Well, I think the mistakes is in the process. Like possibly using the wrong process, maybe just going straight to the market with a price, or maybe a negotiation over. I never think that works personally, because people see the price advertised and they just want to buy it under. That's human nature. Not investing enough in marketing, or investing it in the wrong areas. I'm seeing that as a big mistake. I mean, this is a market, as a seller, you've got to work a lot harder to get the results. 2 or 3 years ago, you could do a lean campaign, still get lots of people through the door, not much competition out there, and probably get a really good result. I would still argue then that you wouldn't get the premium if it was done properly. But people felt like they were getting the premium. In this market, if you don't follow the recipe, then you might become unstuck.
Hey, something I'm going to pick up on there is because part of our process, and part of the process that you and we as a company use a great deal, is auction. Now, people think, hey, if I don't sell at auction, it's been a disaster, it hasn't been a success. But we've got lots of things that help us in that follow-up period with all the intelligence we've gained throughout the marketing period. And we'll encourage people to price sharply. That's part of our dialogue, in an effort to get a multi-offer. So talk to us about that.
Well, the stats are, I always go back to stats, they don't lie. About 50% of the auctions are selling under the hammer on the day. And what we call the cleanup after the auction, about 24% of them are selling within the next 10 days after the auction. So it brings it all to a head. One of the benefits with auction, it gives us lots of genuine price feedback. It gives us genuine price feedback from people out there who are cash buyers who can make decisions. There's a lot of price feedback from people that have got to sell their houses, and they may have a slightly inflated price of what their house is worth, which means they might pay more for your house, but in reality that never happens. Subject to sales, not really happening a lot at the moment.
No, it's not.
There's a few sneaking into the marketplace, but generally they're not going the distance, and someone will come and roll them out with a cash offer. So there's a lot that comes from auction, even if it doesn't sell. And as I say this all the time, in my 20 years, if I found a better way to sell, I'd
let me know what it is.
I just think auction's the way to go. And just because it doesn't sell on auction day doesn't mean it's a failure. Because it often highlights to us where it needs to be priced. And auction doesn't just bring the cash unconditional bidders to us, it does, but it also brings a conditional bid. So we've got a big pool of buyers that we can work with afterwards if we don't get it unconditionally sold on the day. So it's just a wonderful process.
Hey, the other thing I just want to put in there is people always say to us when we're maybe looking at how you're going to market, they'll say, hey, look, don't talk to me about paper. It's absolutely, we've heard it, haven't we? It's pointless. It's pointless. All I want is online digital marketing. You're an advocate, a strong advocate of a bigger platform, and that means hard copy marketing as well. And we've always followed you in that when you've represented us when we're selling our own properties, and it's been a really, really insightful thing to do. Can you talk to us about that?
I mean, I believe in exposure across all forums, to be honest. The more profile you've got, the more exposure you've got, hopefully the more people you'll touch, and then you'll get more competition. I think one of my things about online is it's just a wash. It's easy,
so much noise.
So much noise. It's easy to get lost in suburbs and in prices. And I find that what people generally do when they're looking online is they look for a predetermined price range, and they look for a predetermined area that they think they're going to be in. And people make decisions just based on one or two photos or whatever. With the press, I think you get more unconscious bias. I used to like the Blue Book when we had that. People will thumb through the paper, and everyone says that they don't look at the paper. I don't think that's true, because our busiest open homes are the ones that have got front page of the paper, or some really good profile marketing in the paper. And it just stretches people on location, because they might have their online search set for St Martin's and Beckenham, for example. But on the paper, they might see a beautiful villa. Well, we've actually just sold a villa. We've actually just sold a villa in Hawkesbury Avenue, and the person that bought it's living in Beckenham and was looking around that area. And because they're a villa-based person, this beautiful villa come up in sort of the Mirabelle area, and they jump locations because they like the house more than they like the location.
And we've also worked with people who were not even consciously looking for things. And you know who I'm talking about. We won't say who it is, but at a cafe, the paper was open, they saw this property, and that started just a whole line of things. So I definitely think that.
I think it's a mistake not to be in print media. And there's all sorts of print media. There's, you know, the glossy magazines like Avenues and the Northwest magazine and all those sort of things. And I think that all of them help.
Good to know. So there's some market context from you. It's certainly a busy time. We're looking forward to a really busy run up to Christmas. Yes, it's on its way, but we won't talk about that too loudly. Now, Cameron, shall I ask you a question? Let me go first.
You choose one first.
Thank you. Right, here we go. I'm opening up. Oh, this is pretty good. So how do you keep your energy and curiosity alive after so many years in the business? This is Leonie. How do you keep your curiosity alive?
I think one of the things is I love the people that I work around. I love, you know, like, to me, real estate's all about people. It's about the people that you work with, first of all, in my team, in my office, in the company of Harcourt's Gold, and then it's your clients as well, because you know, every day, you know, I see my PAs more than I see my...
Don't say it, don't say it.
But, you know, which is not a good thing, but, you know, I think that the people around you is the exciting thing. I love, you know, seeing them every morning, talking about business, and the excitement of running a business and trying to get more sales than we did last year, and trying to get happy clients and trying to achieve great results for people. Because I still think, as real estate agents, we can change people's lives. You know, every week we're meeting someone who's coming to us, selling their most valuable asset, and they're usually in some sort of a situation where they're going through a divorce, they've got a sickness, they're looking to buy another home because they're getting married, all these sort of, you know, things that is really important in their life, and they're asking us to help them in that process, and I still get excited about that.
So I'm hearing your energy and your curiosity is maintained by the zest, the cut and thrust of business, and the good people that surround you.
I like that.
How
about you?
How do I keep my curiosity and my energy alive? Well, I'm very curious, as you know. You know, like I have the great privilege of working with my husband. You know, and he's around me, so he always keeps me curious. But like I work at a life beside business. You know, I'm very committed to my family and my friends and the community, and doing a lot of things within it, very, very discreetly giving back. So, I mean, the way I keep curious about it is I'm so bloody grateful, Cam. I'm so bloody grateful for this job and our business and the people that are around me. I'm grateful, and I think gratitude encourages curiosity. You know, and it takes energy to keep going down this path. But I'm hoping Leonie thinks that's okay. So really it's about, I guess, how you want to live your life and who you want to be surrounded by.
I also think I get pretty bored. You know, can't really, doesn't really, even going away on a couple of weeks holiday, you get a bit stir crazy, don't you? You know, like I think being working keeps you sharp. You know.
Well, you know, but that, you know, we're going to talk about Gilbert's book, Become Unstoppable. But there's a wee line in there, and it says, "Comfort ages you."
Yeah.
You know, and like if you want to have a bloody big laugh, you watch me try and serve a ball in a tennis game or hit a golf ball. I mean, those things are not for me. You know, I'd rather do cerebral things.
When I started off in real estate, I used to work to retire.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing. I used to work really hard thinking that one day I'd get enough money or whatever I'd be able to retire.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the moment,
Have you gone past that? Have you gone past that?
I certainly think retirement scares me a little bit, really, because I just don't know what I would do.
You know, I don't ever want to retire.
Yeah.
You know, I never want to say that's me, done.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that's not retirement for a lot of folk. They're busy, fabulous times, but I haven't quite worked out what that would look like.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm doing currently is what I want to be doing.
And I don't think it's working being number one in the world for the next 30 years. That's probably not the work I want to do, but I think you can work a bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, we've got other things ahead of us, haven't we? You know, that would be beautiful.
I think both you and I at the moment, we're actually got really specialised in what we do.
Yeah.
We're
Very
doing parts of the business and parts of our jobs that are really important and that we're really, really good at.
Yeah.
And we don't do
mastery.
so
There's
much.
some mastery.
Yeah, some mastery. There's not so much of the other stuff that other people can do for us. We don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Not that it's
but
not
we've got great people, eh? You know, like
I guess
we've got
we play to our strengths, don't we?
Yeah, we play to our strengths. So there we go. So it's a big answer.
My go.
Okay.
Why do buyers say they don't like options?
We've just been through that, haven't we?
About options, but just quickly, what's it about? What do you reckon?
Why do buyers not like auctions? Well, I mean, who likes to be put in a competitive position and have to pay, you know, the very best price that they want to pay? They don't want to compete. They want to have this platform all to themselves, and they want to call the shots. And you know, and in a competitive auction, that's pretty darn hard. They have to compete.
I think buyers do like auctions because it shows transparency. It shows.
It shows there's a person across the room, and they want it too. Yeah. And I want it a bit more.
Most of the time, I talk to buyers. No matter what a house is worth, they just want to pay what it's worth.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I get from people if I've been running a deadline sale is that I ring them up and I say that, hey, unfortunately you've missed out. Someone else has paid a little bit more and they've gone with that offer.
Yeah.
And they, you know what, 99% of the time say, we would have paid more. You know?
I've always heard that.
Human nature is that they just couldn't bring themselves to do it. But if that was in an auction room, they would have paid the $10,000 or $15,000 more and they probably would have owned the property or whatever. Yeah. And they would have felt good about it. And the other thing is I've actually spoke to many person who's actually paid more than what they come along to spend, but they only paid $5,000 or $1,000 more than the next person. They feel really good about it. Yeah. Because you go through a deadline sale process or a pricing process, maybe you've paid 50 grand more than somebody else or 100 grand. So that's the problem. You know, you don't.
There's a lot more non-disclosure, isn't there?
Is, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, have you ever been beaten in an auction?
Personally?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
Oh, we have. We were trying to buy a house. We weren't looking. I just went past an open home one day and I saw it there, and I just had always loved it. I still feel emotional thinking about it, and I rang John and said, I want to go to this house. He said, would you please not? But I didn't listen, and I went in, and then I went to every single open home, and it was a very popular home, and we bid as hard as we could, got absolutely nailed, and I lost it. But I've never forgotten that feeling, you know, of what it felt like, but definitely taken out of our comfort zone. You know, that whole emotional pull is very strong.
The auction room will move you from analytical values to emotional values.
Very. You know, like I'd ordered curtains for this house. Yeah. I'd ordered curtains for it. The house that I hadn't.
Can't believe John stopped, to be honest.
I know. I was so reassured that it was going to be mine. You know, it's in the past now, but it was one of those funny things. Yeah.
So that's my answer to that. I think buyers do like auctions. The odd buyer will say that they don't like auctions, and that's probably because they're just scared of the transparency and the competition, and they probably know deep down that they can't afford the property. That's what I think.
I love the fact that we've both come at it from different angles, and that you provide that beautiful context, so that deeper level. You know, this is what's happening.
We're dealing with it day to day.
Yeah.
You know, and we're meeting every obstacle about auction from buyers and sellers. So, and we're still pushing auction. We still love it, and I've had many a week when I'm about to stand there and not sell properties, and I still get up the next morning and go to an appraisal and say, this has got to be option.
You do.
You know?
And I mean, let's face it, Cam, most of those ones that are passed and you sell anyway,
Yeah.
and pretty darn quickly. Right, here I go. Right. Woo. Okay, deep and meaningful. Peter, thank you. It's put to both of us. What are 2, or you could even give 1, of your guiding principles, not just for real estate, but for life? So your guiding principle.
Yeah.
What's one of them, or 2 if it comes to you?
Might have changing probably. I'm actually going through a bit
Life
of a change
changes,
this year,
eh?
to be honest. You know, like I've had a lot happen in my life this year. You know, with things
Dad.
going on personally. So you're not on a real estate based thing, but I think, like I said before, the biggest thing that I've got in my mind is working on relationships.
Yeah.
You know, and that's with my mum, with my kids, with my friends, with John and Lynette, with everybody, you know. And I'm a long,
Working on relationships.
I'm
Yes.
a long, long way from perfect, but
Yes.
the first thing is to
You
become
can
aware
better.
of it.
Yeah, self-awareness.
So that's probably my guiding light is seeing that and trying to be fulfilled. I think everyone's trying to be happy.
Fulfillment's much deeper, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be happy all the time, it's impossible. So I think fulfillment's
almost fickle,
something
isn't
to
it? Happy
chase,
the
or
whole time,
peace,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like I think it's being
Purpose.
peaceful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur C. Brooks says, you know, behind happiness there's that, you know, satisfaction, purpose and enjoyment, rather than,
Yeah.
you know, full like I'm just going to be gaga happy the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm getting that.
Yeah, so that's probably me in a funny sort of a way, but I'm actually working on mine, so that's my answer to that.
Oh, I love
What's
that.
yours?
Gratitude. I'm very, very grateful for everything.
that's a good
I document that every day. Family and friends, very, very important. And you know, I've got my dad on his own now, and you know, I'm so bloody grateful that he's part of my life. I try to see him every day and do stuff with him every day. And I'm very patient, you know, and he's great value. So I'm grateful, very, very grateful. The other thing that I like is I place great value on people who exercise integrity, and the exercise of integrity to me is that what you say is what you do. You know, so if you give your word to something, you keep it. You know, it's fine not to do something, but don't say you're going to do it and not do it. I really struggle with that. So I try to be a person whose word means something, you know, stands for something. So that those are mine.
I think one of the other things and we've talked about this before, is trying to be kind.
Oh,
you know, like
man, there is so much unkindness.
It just seems to be a word that I've had around me in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, be kind, be
is
kinder.
Be kind.
Yeah,
you
be
know,
kind.
like.
So what does that look like to you?
It sort of goes with being grateful as well. I think
Yeah.
if you're grateful, you are kind.
Yeah.
I think being kind is, you know, not putting people down, trying to see
Thoughtful.
the good side in everything, being
Yeah.
thoughtful,
Listening.
trying to help people, you know, trying to worry about them rather than you, putting your hand up rather than putting your hand out, all those sort of things. And all of those things, you know, like you've got to work hard on them. You know, to me and to a lot of people, they don't come naturally. You know, you've actually got to work hard on them to get it into your routine in your life, because we all think we're too busy for everything. And that's one of the things that I learned with Dad, is that, you know, I thought I was too busy and, you know, to see them and to see my brother and all these sort of things. And the reality was, as soon as the shit hit the fan, you know, nothing matters. You know, work was out the door, and I actually took the whole week off when he passed away. And it just shows you how easy you can do it if you really want to. And
we talk about that, don't we?
Yeah.
I say to you sometimes, it's not that you don't have the time, it's not a priority for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then suddenly, when you're in that position, you're prioritising someone that you love.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you realise there isn't much time.
No. So it shows you can do it. And I think that is what comes from that, is that you go from one extreme to the other extreme very quickly, and it shows you that probably the best place to be is in the middle ground.
Yeah.
You know, like
do your best.
You can't do that all the time. You can't do this all the time. But if you found some middle ground, then that's probably a pretty good place to operate in.
Yeah.
How does it look like for you being kind?
Oh, I'm I think it's about being thoughtful. Like I work, I work hard at being kind. I don't find it, I find it a pleasure to try and make someone's load lighter. You know? So if I thought you needed something, I'd be there. If I thought my friends needed me, I would be there. I always say to people, we're the sort of friends that you could call, any hour of the day or night and say, hey, look, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Would you help me? Or I need this, and we would be there. So I think kindness is everyday acts that say I put your needs above my own, and then there's those big things that come down when people really need someone. I like to think I'd be in their corner, And even now and again, being, doing something with kindness, you get dealt to. The person sort of doesn't appreciate it, or might give you a bit of a slap and sort of misinterpret it. But I don't take that as seriously now as I once did. I think, hey, that's okay. It wasn't, if it wasn't received in the way I wanted, I was still happy to give it. I try not to make everything a tit for tat sort of thing. I gave you this, you give me that. I gave it to you. Good on you.
It's about doing it with no motive.
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Or no agenda.
No agenda.
Agenda.
Similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kindness really is. If you're doing something for something, then that's not that kind.
Yeah,
because it's actually self.
Well, it is, isn't it?
It's about you.
It's about you.
Trying to make it about you.
Yeah. I gave that to you. You better give me something back.
To me, it's about having no motive behind it, and just doing it because you love them, or you
want to help.
You want to help them.
You want to help.
Do you believe in karma?
I do.
We're really off the track today.
I know. This is what happens when we've been away so bloody long.
We actually haven't seen each other.
I know. So
we're having
a chat. We had a catch up recently, which was really nice, but we haven't, just because of our workloads and the way things have been going. We just haven't had that time to talk deeply. Do I believe in karma? I absolutely do.
Yeah. I see karma reflected in my life all the time. With other people, with the way agents operate. Yeah. That's one of the big things we see in real estate, being a business owner, is that karma can be a bitch.
Will come back for you. It'll come back for you, won't it?
So we see that agents who
do the wrong thing. Too much self-interest.
Yeah.
Out for the kill kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? They don't grow a business.
It's very momentary, isn't it? So, and they don't get repeat business, and their reputations are very ordinary.
Yeah, they may get a sale.
Yeah,
they may get a payment on one sale, but they don't get the ongoing work and the ongoing business. And that's the big thing, I think. But it's not just about work; it's about everything in life. And I think karma is really relevant.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I do. Yeah, we haven't talked about that. No? Yeah, thank you.
Right, this one is, when you think of success now, how has your definition changed over time?
So, when we think of success today, what? Okay.
Yeah. So
at the ages that we're at and the stages that we're at.
So when I was, for example, 26 and starting real estate, I probably thought that success was having a flash house, having a flash car.
Was there a flash person there with you?
Probably not at that stage, I was a single man then, and I'd just come back from the UK, and I was very driven just to be financially successful, and that's what probably success was to me. It was all about the financial side of it. Yeah. And now, at the very young age of 46.
At the very young age of 46. At the moment.
Almost 46.
Yeah.
The very young age of 46, I probably think that financial side of it has very little to do with it.
Success.
I think success is having people around you that you love and you enjoy, and as I talked about before, Dad leaving gave me a real eye-opener of how short life is,
He talked to you about that.
Yeah, he did.
He talked to you very succinctly about that, Cam.
We had some wonderful chats before he passed away, and we went to Enoka for the day, and we did many things
looked at your old
together,
home and
looked at our old houses, and he showed me a couple of things. When your parents die, the way I describe it a bit brutally, is that you feel like you're next on the chopping block. which is an awful way to put it, but all it means is that
you recognise your mortality.
Yeah, you recognise your mortality.
Bloody chopping block.
You know, like someone said to me ages ago, they said the first 35 years go bloody slowly, and the next 35 years go real quickly.
I can tell you that.
And you know, from 35, you know, to now, those 10, 11 years, geez, they just don't know where they've gone.
Yeah.
And particularly once you have children, the years go so quickly.
Yeah.
But success to me is probably like one of my favourite things at the moment is going around to my brother's house on a Sunday.
And you really enjoy that, and he cooks up a storm. Tristan,
he does.
Tristan the cooker, the chef.
Christchurch's best barbecue setup, and he lives in Preelton. He's got a big, beautiful property out there and an amazing barbecue. And one of the things Dad blessed us with before he passed away was to bring our whole family back together. And we certainly were far from disjointed, but we were busy. You know, we all thought we were too busy for each other, and he brought us all together. And I think once he brought us all together, it was his time to go. And that's probably one of my most favourite things at the moment is going out. And I actually had surgery on my foot.
You did.
And we were going out one night. One week we were going to my house, and the next week we were going to my brother's house. And I had surgery on my foot, and I got out of hospital on Friday, and I struggled to walk and all this sort of stuff, and they decided not to have a Bailey family get together that Sunday, and I was a bit pissed off about it, to be honest, and I'm looking forward to it. And even though I was sort of almost bedridden, I was really disappointed we didn't do it.
I love that.
So that's success to me at the moment, and spending time with Mum yesterday, and Tristan and I took her out for lunch, and her sister Diane flew down from Auckland, and that was a surprise for Mum, and she was very excited. And I've been for a run this morning, and 7 o'clock in the morning Mum rang up and just to tell me what a great day she had yesterday. It was her best birthday ever, so I think that
she's so proud of you both.
And it wasn't about the presents we bought her or anything like that. It was about the time we spent with her and being there and being present, and both Tristan and I. So that's it for me. How about you?
How has success changed?
After 30 years in real estate? Yeah,
31. So came in at 32 with I used to drive a Ford Sierra with a baby seat in the back. And Harry, our eldest son, was 18 months. So it's changed hugely. I mean, certainly it was acquisition based, to start with. Success, much as you said, it was about being able to have things that weren't part of my upbringing. You know what I mean? So living in certain places and certain homes and all of these sorts of things was I was really driven to try and achieve those things. I think success for me is a very happy marriage. It's full, and it's got so many wonderful touch points to it, so that's successful. So I've been able to maintain that from the first day I came in to now. It's been hard with the workload, and John joined us, which probably was a great thing. But success for me now is certainly not about acquisitions. It's about choice, and it's being able to have the time to be the person I want to be. To give where I want to give back to, and to spend time helping other people. I'm doing a lot of mentoring. That gives me a lot of pleasure. It gives me a lot of interest as well, supporting and helping people at different levels and stages in their businesses. So that success has really changed. It's certainly not about where you live or what you drive or any of those things. I think it's about the person that you are.
How does money help?
I think money helps take away the edge and the discomfort. And there's nothing harder than not being able to pay your bills. And we've all had that. We've
both come from very similar families.
Very.
We didn't have a lot of money.
Working class folk.
Never sort of wanted for anything, but we didn't have anything extra.
Yeah.
And I personally probably wanted the extra.
Yeah.
And then, you build up this big
sort of bubble, don't you, thinking what it all looks
big
like.
Expectation that if you have all this money and all this stuff, then your life's going to be better, and you're going to be happier, and your relationship's going to be better, and then you get all that, and it all falls apart. So it's clearly not true. So, we spend a lot of time chasing what we perceive we're missing, don't we?
Very much so.
And when we get it, we often find it's not what we really want. and what we probably really want is what we had already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the time to put more time into that. Like I guess for me, the choice to do things with my family, we're going away in a couple of days, and we're taking my dad and my sister and our sons and partners, and and being able to do that, to be able to have Christmases together, to go to places together, to do that, to help with educational choices with family members, all of that sort of thing that's what success feels like to me.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the important things, being able to put your kids through a good school, being able to feed them, being able to give them the options to go to sports and things that they want to do to try and excel. And to be able to travel with family, I think it's one of my priorities in the next few years is to travel with family. We're hoping, haven't booked it yet, but hoping to book and take mum away at Christmas somewhere with us and the girls. So I'm really looking forward to that. So mum's excited about that. So that's something.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember that with my parents, thinking of places that we could take them, and because of my mum's health over the years, we couldn't take them as far as I'd want to, but we certainly took them on things like, we took them on a cruise so they could have that experience, and we went on this big train trek across Australia because Dad had always liked the idea of going on this train trip, and so and it's given them it gave them beautiful time with their grandchildren, which was so special. So to everybody out there, I guess, be aware of the fact that what you think of success is certainly going to change over the years.
And I think as when you get a little bit older, it changes too, doesn't it?
Very much so.
As you get a little bit older and you start to realise your mortality, and your body gets a little bit tired, and success is probably just being able to go for a run and being able to go to the gym and all those sort of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's people that can't. So, I think that's
success.
Something as well.
Exactly. So. Right, Cam, one more. Oh, okay. Well, it's actually to me. I'll read it. It's a bit...
Let me read it.
No. It's would you ever write your memoirs? Well, both of us will stop. Would you ever write your memoirs?
I don't think it's my sort of thing to do.
But would you have things to tell?
Pretty exciting. No, they wouldn't be really. They'd be very boring.
They wouldn't?
Yeah, no, they are.
Oh.
I'm a bit of a hermit. I'm a bit of a recluse. I don't do a heck of a lot apart from the gym and working and
eating meat and
eating meat
and
maybe in the rock star years when I was in my 20s, but certainly in the last few years I was a very, very boring person in the structure and routine. And
he's not boring.
Yes,
he's wonderful.
Hey, you answer that though.
Would I write my memoirs? Well, no, because I think some things just need to be kept a bit mysterious. I mean, I write anyway. I write a lot. I write, for 3 magazines. I do 24 articles a year, and I get lots of feedback and lots of comments. But some of the funniest things in the industry are so funny that they need to stay in that time and place. They don't need to be written about or read by other people, but it'd be safe to say if I had ever wanted to do that, I think they'd be colourful.
I think that these are your memoirs, these podcasts and the writing that you do, and I think the world's changed a little bit. I mean, you love books, you love the texture of books and reading books. I love
and the words.
Podcasts and listening. Like, we're going to talk about Gilbert Enoka's book in a minute.
Yeah.
And, you read it.
I did. I've read it twice.
And I think that, these things that you and I are doing and the other ones you're doing to other people are really your memoirs. They give you an insight into the real Lynette McFadden.
Yeah.
And I think that is, it's nice to be able to do these sort of things.
Yeah, I love that. These are our memoirs. They might play these one day for us.
Well, tell us about this book.
Okay,
so that's in there. Gilbert Enoka, Become Unstoppable. Who is Gilbert Enoka?
Okay, Gilbert Enoka, beautiful man. He's a sports psychologist. He worked for many years with the All Blacks as their mental skills coach and has worked with numerous other high-end teams as well. And one of the things he's done in his journey and ours is to look after us for me for 25 years and you for all of your 20.
Yeah.
So he's very close to us. He's our mentor. He's written this book, which has already become a bestseller.
Notice all the tags she's put in it.
Look at all of these. And there's notes everywhere in it. But you know what? If you want an insight to being the best version of yourself, or you want your kids to see, or read something that sort of gives them a pathway or shines a light, you've got to look at this. Got to look at this.
I loved it.
Beautiful, beautiful book.
I listened to it. I've listened to it twice now in the last few weeks. And a lot of it we knew because a lot of it he talked about with us over the years and we were in it when he was talking about those things. And it was great to recap on it, and I just felt that, and I've sent that podcast to the audio book to so many people now, and they've all loved it, and you get a little bit of it, and I don't really understand how you can't read or listen to the book and not have a better life.
And be a better person. Be a better person.
There's so many good things in there. So I just think that's our recommendation to read that probably at the moment. And what's the other one you've got there?
Oh, this is one that's been given to me, Habits of High Performers. I haven't read it yet, but I've been told to. So I'm looking forward to that. It's by James Laughlin. So by the next time we get together, we're going to have a bit of a chat about it. And on the back it says it's not hustle and it's not luck, it's habits. We're really big into habits, aren't we?
Well, I haven't read it. Let's do it. I'm going to listen to it as well.
Right.
So by the time we come back here,
we'll be talking about it.
We'll talk about it. But I know him. He used to be a teacher at St Andrews, and he had a house we looked at a few years ago. And I've heard a lot of good things about him, and I know that, so I've seen some of his podcasts and bits and pieces of what he's doing. So he seems to be doing really good stuff. And this is what I love about the world these days, is that the world's so small with social media, and this is why I think social media is so powerful, is that, and it's not to see all these people's cars and boats and houses.
Or filtered faces.
It's actually so that you can reach out to people like this, and the other side of the world, and you can see how they're running their real estate business, how they're achieving their goals, how they're learning to be a better person. I mean, it's just wonderful.
It is.
And you take a little bit from every book, and it's interesting. You can read these books at different times. And the other thing, I was away a couple of weeks ago, and I was on a plane, and I've watched it before, but I watched the Richie McCaw documentary From Good to Great, and I've watched it, I think, when it first came out, and I loved it then, and I watched it again. I got so much different stuff from it.
Isn't that interesting?
And it's worth rereading. Have you reread books before in different stages
I
of your life?
I have. I'm just reading one at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
I might do that on Monday when I'm on the plane.
Yeah, I think so. It was a really good thing to do, and you take different things about it, and you don't hear certain things with it when you first look at it, because to you they're blind, or you're not ready for them yet.
And so that just opens up that whole new world.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So there you go. There's some goals for us for next.
For our next one,
next one before Christmas.
We'll be back within a 4-month period. Do you think? We will be. We promise. We promise. We'll look forward to coming back. Cam, that was fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank
See you next time.
See you.